How to use Claude AI step by step. Claude is an AI assistant that helps you write, analyze info, and make things you can actually use. I'm Kevin, and we'll kick off with the basics like writing, summarizing info, and handling files. Next, we'll dive into more powerful features like artifacts, projects, connectors, and skills. By the end, you'll know how to use Claude to actually get work done, not just chat with it. Let's kick things off. First, go to the Claude website. You'll see a link right here at the bottom of the screen and then sign in. It's totally free to get started. Once you log in, this is the main screen where all your conversations take place. Right in the middle, you'll see the prompt box. This is where you type what you show stod afikiem taisel. On the left side, you've got the sidebar. From here, you can begin a new chat. You can also get access to more advanced features. And down at the bottom, you can also check your recent chats to get back to your work anytime. Let's begin with something easy. I'll have Claude draft a professional email. Next, right here, let's run that. Check this out. Claude just made a full professional email with proper structure. We even have some bullet points and all the details we need to send this to a supplier. Usually this works pretty well on its own, but I didn't actually specify the cookie type. Here, it seems to assume it's chocolate chip because that's the most popular cookie. I was thinking of oatmeal raisin. This back and forth is really how you get the best results. Right now, once I'm satisfied with this message at the very top, I can go ahead and fill in all these different placeholders. For instance, I can type the supplier name right here. Down below, you could copy the message. Or over here, one of my favorite features, you can also open the email directly within your email client. Now let's check out another super common use case. Putting together the key points. I also start a new chat right in the top left-hand corner. You'll see a shortcut key appear when I move my cursor over it. I need to go through a dense sales report. Rather than reading the whole document, I can upload it to Claude to get a fast summary or ask questions about it. Just right here, I can click the plus icon and upload a file or photo. Or my favorite way, I can just take my file and drag it right into the chat. There, I found my file. Legal. Right down here, I can now type in a prompt. So to wrap this up and get the key takeaways for me. Now over here, let's run that. Claude extracts all the key points and lays them out in a clean, easy to read format. And take a look at that. Revenue reaches 482,000. As Mama always said, there's cash in the cookie business. Right now, this handles all sorts of files like documents, PDFs, or even spreadsheets. Until now, we've just been using Claude like a chatbot for writing and summarizing. But this is where it really starts to stand out. On the left side, let's hover over the More drop-down. Here you'll find an option for artifacts. Let's hit that. Claude can actually make stuff you can work on instead of just handing you text in the chat. So right over here, let's click on Create Artifact. And over here, we can pick the artifact type. You've got apps and websites, documents and templates, games, and more. To do this, I'll pick out some documents and templates. Down below, I get a question asking what kind of document or template I have in mind. I want to make a product launch plan for the Kevin Cookie Company's new O at meal R as in cookie. Then I'll send that over. Before it constructs the artifact, it shows me a fast high-level outline of what it plans to build. Now I think all of this looks awesome. So down below, I'll type that in and then let's send it. You'll see that this launches in its own workspace now. This is what they call an artifact. It's something Claude builds that you can actually use and edit instead of just looking at stuff in this chat. Now overall, I think this is really solid, but it's a bit more wordy than I'd like. So over here in the chat, let's ask it to make it shorter. And then let's send it off. You can see it tightens everything up while keeping all the key points. Actually, it seems to be roughly half the length of the original. Now let's check if we can also add a sales forecast to this. So down below, I'll type that in and let's send it. And that's it. It added a fresh section with the sales forecast. Now all I need to do is fill in all the specific details. I can also update specific parts of this artifact. When I scroll all the way to the top, I see my executive summary. Let's see if maybe we can make this a little more convincing. I'm going to highlight all of this text. And when I do that, I get this overlay so I can improve it or explain it. Let's click on improve and let's see if it can make it more persuasive. Now let's hit update. And now it enhances just that part without altering anything else. So I can update the whole document or I can just tweak specific parts. Now, once you start making lots of documents like this, when the hell of your back account, things can get messy pretty fast. To keep everything organized, we can use something called projects. Let's go ahead and rename this document or artifact. To do that, let's click this drop down up at the top. And here's the option to rename. I'll click that. And let's name it the product launch plan oatmeal raisin cookie. Then I'll hit save. Right at the top, click that same drop-down menu and you can now add this artifact to a project. Right here, I'll hit add to project. This brings up a prompt where I can see all my existing projects, or up top, I can also make a new one. I'll create a new one named O at Meal RS in Cookie Launch. And right here, I'll click create. On the left, go ahead and click that icon to pull up all the different projects. And look, there's the project we just made, the O at Meal RAs in Cookie Launch. Let's click on this one. With projects, I can keep my launch plan, my chats, and any other files all in one spot here. For instance, I also have a PDF with research on O at Meal RAs in cookies. Here, I could drag that over and add it to the project knowledge. Here I have my PDF with all the research. And over here, we've got that artifact we just made a moment ago, all right here in one spot. Since I've got some files in my project now, I can add instructions too. This means I don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over. I can just tell Claude how I want it to respond. Right over here, I'll click this plus icon and I can now add instructions. As an example, imagine we always reply using bullet points. Now I'll hit save and anything I ask in this project will follow that automatically. Now here's where this really gets powerful. Inside a project, Claude can use everything I've added. So it can pull from my launch plan artifact and the research document I uploaded. Right here, I'll type a prompt. What should I prioritize to get a successful launch going? And then let's go ahead and run that. Right now, you can see it's giving bullet points and using info from both the plan and the research. Instead of switching between chats, everything stays nice and organized right here. We've covered how to get stuff done in Claude, but you can also link it up to your other tools. Back in the main chat view, click the plus icon, and right here, you'll see the option to add connectors. Now you can hook this up to stuff like your files, email, and calendar. Plus, you've got tons of other services too. Right now, email lets you have it, check your messages, and flag what's most urgent. For most people just starting out though, you don't need this right away, but it really gets powerful as you dig deeper. In the top right corner, let's close this out. You can also tweak how Claude operates using something called skills. Right here, I'll click the plus icon, and here you can manage your skills or add a new one. This allows you to store reusable instructions or workflows, so you don't need to redo them every time. For instance, you can build a skill to write emails or analyze data in a super specific way. If you want to dive deeper, check the description for a full video on how to use skills. That's how you use Claude to get real work done day to day. If you want to go deeper, I've put together a full playlist covering everything about Claude. You'll find that linked way down below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.